Hey guys, our intro was deleted, so I use this as part of my intro. Basically, this is what we're going to do tonight. We're doing a Miss Peach's Peach Cobbler. Very easy. Not very time consuming, but long story short, we're going to get going on this.
Hey guys, so I put in 2 sticks of butter in here. I'm going to do 3 cups of sugar. I know for some people that might be a lot, but for us, I got this down to a science. So if you want some good old-fashioned peach cobbler that's going to be good, thick, and hearty, you'll go with this here recipe. I have 2 tablespoons of vanilla that I'm going to put in. 2 full tablespoons of vanilla. And I'm going to put cinnamon in. I'm going to put in about a half a tablespoon of cinnamon, and then I'm going to come back and check it shortly after to see if it's enough to taste.
Said she missed how many peaches did we put in her.
Oh, it was a large can.
Thank you for the gift, Miss Awesome.
Thank you, Miss Awesome. I used a large can of peaches. It's enough. This recipe is enough for a half a sheet of a half pan to use for you to, like a half a pan that you buy at the store. It's a half a pan.
Miss Lawrence.
Okay guys, we married the butter and the sugar. They're still in there. You just stir for a while and just keep stirring. And then I'm going to put in a half a tablespoon. Excuse me. I'm going to put in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon to make sure that we have a good flavor in here. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Again, I have this one down to a science. If you want, you can do a half of tablespoon, or you can do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And you just let that cinnamon get melted on down there just like the butter. And you keep it going.
Yeah. Yes, me too. I love peach cobbler.
Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of the sauce. We took in about 1/4 of a teaspoon of the allspice, brown allspice, and put it in there. And what I'm doing now, Chris, you can come over here so you can see. This, I spilled sugar on my stove. I'm sorry, I was rushing. Over here I have the starch. And what I'm doing is taking some of this hot peach so that it won't be so thick when I put it in, or it won't clump up.
7 people in.
So that the sauce won't have white powder in it. Grab this for me, Chris.
Okay.
So that the peaches won't have white clump in it. What I do is I mix the sauce in separate for the thickening of the peach cobbler. I'm trying to catch peaches in here. And I just mix it up, and I keep mixing it up until it gets pasty, and then I put it in. I don't put it in as a powder. I mix it up and paste it. You see how you do that? And you mix it up till it's pasty, and you get all of those lumps out, because you don't want little white lumps floating around in your peach cobbler. And then after you get it together, then you can pour it down in your peach cobbler. Well, in your peach juice. And I like a lot of juice with my peach cobbler. What I do is any juice that's left over, I usually bottle it up and put it to the side, so when my peach cobbler is done, if we want extra sauce, for whoever wants extra sauce, they're welcome to it because it's there for them. And I put extra bread or flour dough in mine as well, so that for people who like extra bread, extra dough in theirs. So you have to preheat your stove to 350. That was a tablespoon of cornstarch.
Juice. We love the juice.
Yeah, so that was a tablespoon of cornstarch. And what I'm going to do is continue to stir this. You can turn YouTube off.
My Lord.
Hey, YouTube. We got to get you to know that we stirred this. We will have this stirring for about 25 minutes. And it looks like it's almost about ready. We're going to let this cool for a little bit while I go ahead and put the crust on the pan. Okay, YouTube, I had to grease the pan. I took some butter flavored Crisco. You can use butter or you can use Crisco. And you just grease the pan real good so that when you put your dough in, you can go ahead and put your dough without it sticking to the bottom of the pan. Of course, these pans you definitely have to wash before you use. Wash them and dry them before you use them. That's for anybody that's listening. Please, I saw something at Christmas or Thanksgiving time where the people didn't wash their pan out, and at the bottom of the pan, there was a receipt where they purchased the actual the pan, and it was pretty nasty. I would have never ate that. I'm sorry, but I'm funny like that. So basically you just roll these out. Chris, Blair, you getting it? You can just get Pillsbury, you can whoever, whatever brand you want to get. It doesn't even matter, but you make sure if it breaks or tears up anywhere, because you'll have plenty enough for the whole thing. You come all the way up. And you wrap it around. You wrap this around and you make sure you go all the way up. It'll be extra if you get, like I showed, if you get 2 to 3 packs, depending on how much dough you like or how much dough whoever you're making it for likes. And right now you know that the peaches are off. I turn those off so that they will cool by the time they come in. So this is going to be kind of like in the middle part, it'll be a double because the dough will overlap itself.
Nice to meet you too, Donald.
Hey, Mr. Donald, thank you for coming in with us.
This is the same Donald. They just joined.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, honey. We taking this dough and wrapping it around. Any place, anywhere we're missing dough.
He said, my name is Alan.
Your name is Alan, not Donald. Thank you, Mr. Alan, for joining in. And thanks to all the ladies that came on in to hang out with us. We really appreciate you. I'm not able to watch the screen at the same time as I'm able to put this dough in. You want to make sure that you cover all of the edge, because as this cooks, it will, the dough will go down, you know, it'll shrink. So as it cooks. So anywhere that you're missing any dough, you just take it. Make sure your counter is clean if you're putting it on the counter. And just cut it and place it where you're missing. And we'll be back in a second, YouTube. Okay, YouTube, this is our finished product. We're not really worried about what the inside looks like. Just make sure you cover it really good, because what will happen is as it cooks in the oven, it'll start to shrink. So I'm going to put it in the oven for about 15 minutes just so this will cook a little bit. And then we're going to take it out for a few minutes and then let it cool. Okay, guys, I just want to show you here on YouTube how to cut the lattice. Here, hold this for me. So you can have both of them. To cut the lattice, basically all you're doing, you have your round circle. These are the already pre-made dough for pies and cakes. All you're doing is pretty much cutting it about this thick. It's not quite an inch, it's about a ½ inch to an inch thick, however thick you want it. But just know that if you use more, make them bigger, wider, or whatever, then what you're going to have to do is compensate. So you're going to have extra dough there. Tonight, for ½ a pan, I used 5 of the pre-wrapped which 2 comes in each package. So you can use 2 or you can use 4. I usually use extra dough, so with me having people that like extra dough, I will use the 3 packs, which would equal 5 of them, and I still have 1 left over for if I want to make a pecan pie or something. That recipe is on YouTube too. Go check that one out over on Cooking with Granny Peaches on YouTube. And basically this is it. You just do this, and you do the 2 that you have left, or the 2.5 that you have left, and just cut it like this. And when your pie comes, your shell comes out of the oven, you can go ahead and get ready to let it cool for a couple minutes and go from there. So we have all of our lattice for the top. We have it here, and we'll be right back. Okay, YouTube, as I promised, it was going to shrink a little bit, and it did. But with the lattice, it will go and carry, it will catch where it's shrunk down. So never mind, don't worry. We put it in the oven for 10 minutes on 350. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these hot peaches over in here, and we're going to put the lattice on top. And I'll be right back. Okay, YouTube, we let them cool off. We didn't really have a chance to let them cool off like I would like to. But we're about to go ahead and start putting these peaches over in here. Here's the crust after the 10 minutes. Here, we're going to grab another spoon. We're going to get the... Oh, shoot, darn it. We dropped the spoon. Let me get another one. Hold on one second. Give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. We had us a couple oops-ups tonight. We're just going to fill this in, and when I get it full, then I'll come back and show you our finished product. Okay, guys, I have finished putting the peaches in here, and I'm about to go ahead and do the lattice. Chris, you're going to have to tape this part, big boy.
Okay.
I'm going to start from the side, and you just pinch it down on the top so it can grab. You take what you see. Let me see. You take these and make them where you see it, where they can go. And you go from side to side. Again, remember I told you they're going to shrink. So you go ahead and you try to get the edges around there. If you need to stretch it, but pinch it when you get it over to the side where you want it to go. And if it breaks in between, all you have to do is take another piece and put it up there. Nobody will know but you. You see how I'm stretching it? Stretch it as much as you can.
And Mr. James,
you put it over this heat, it'll go ahead and stretch for you. And at the ends, you're going to go ahead and put some extra over there anyway on the ends. Make sure if you put this in the oven, when you put this in the oven, you put a sheet pan under it so you don't have anything catching on fire in your kitchen. The round pieces at the end, you take those and make those your side corners.
and Mr. James, I'm gonna follow you so I can give you some tips. 'Cause that's what I want to do. I want to be a photographer too. That's why I'm starting off like this.
And now you start on the other side.
Shake it, baby.
What you know about that, Chris?
Dang, that's my song. Thank you.
You see that lattice coming through?
Oh, let's go. Mr. J, the photographer, he said, I got you. You are doing a good job.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.
I'm
You
definitely
can
gonna follow him so I can get me some tips.
get you some good tips from Mr. J.
Yes, because that's what I want to do. My first job was not really it wasn't really a job. It was just for a graduation party. Well, I had one for a real party, a 50th birthday party, and I did one for a graduation thing where they did the drive-through and they beat the horns. I did that, and I did pretty good, and I got a whole bunch of money off of that, so I was pretty happy. So I'm definitely gonna follow you, because I need some tips. Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby.
Thank you all for coming in. I know I'm a little quiet. When I'm cooking, I usually am a little quiet, so I apologize. Okay, YouTube, I went across the edge with any extra dough, and I did the lattice through here. This is the finished product as far as putting it in the oven. I'm about to put it in the oven under 350. Make sure you put a sheet pan under it so if there is any spillover, it won't catch down in your stove. Butter and sugar will burn your house down, honey.
Fabulous.
It tastes what?
Fabulous.
What? I can't believe my Blair Bear finally tried a peach cobbler.
Alright, that's good.
Some good stuff.
Alright.
All right,
Now
baby.
I need more of this crust.
Oh, you like the crust like Granny like the crust? All right. So this is the peach cobbler. So you guys tell your subscribers what you want them to know.
Make sure to like and subscribe if you're not, and hit that notification bell. And if you are subscribed, thank you. Just hit the notification bell and like all our videos.
Thank you.